Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman. I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. Now, in preparation for season 3 of Top Boy, which premieres on Netflix in September, I'm going to review the first 2 seasons of this Netflix produced series. I'm going to tell you what I liked about each season, I'm going to tell you what I don't like about each season, then I'm going to tell you what I think you should see this season or just skip it. Now, at any point, feel free to click the notification bell or subscribe to my channel for more content. So, without further ado, let's begin. That season 2 of Top Boy takes place about 6 months after the end of season 1. Now, I believe they reference one of the characters being in jail for about 6 months. So that's my guess for about how long it's been since the end of season 1. And one thing you'll notice watching the beginning of season 2 is that we do see the consequences of the actions taking place right at the end of season 1. Now, this brings me to the first thing that I liked about the series. Overall, the writing was really, really, really good. Now, not to spoil anything, season 2 has a really interesting opening, a little bit unexpected. For a minute, you kind of wonder, is this the same series? Like, what are they doing here? And then immediately they start to get into, okay, so this is just a different aspect, a different setting for the story that we've been watching. So we see at the beginning of season 2 that we're starting to see different aspects of kind of the Shane's drug empire. And these new settings and new characters really allow for our the existing characters to, in their relationships with each other, to really go in some really new and interesting directions. Now, one thing I can say about this season 2 is that I was locked in and paying attention the entire time. There was no lull. And so one of my big critiques of season 1 of Top Boy, the Netflix produced version of it, was right in the middle. It was kind of lull and boring. That did not happen in this season. And this made this season much, much better. And I really, again, credit the writing. And one of the things I really liked about this season that's related is that with the first season, again, I'm talking about the Netflix produced version of Top Boy, there were a lot of these characters like Jack, for example, who I didn't necessarily see the need for them to be there. And so what the writers did with this second season is to really give them something to do. All the characters, even minor characters that we saw previously, had something to do. They were a big part of the plot. There were plot points around these new characters, even some characters that were introduced in the series itself, who in previous season would have just been this ancillary kind of waste of time characters, really push things forward and really put a lot of the existing characters in jeopardy. And one thing I really, really liked about this season were the performances of the different actors. Kane Robinson has done an amazing job playing Sully. Just like with season 1, Sully has been put through the ringer. He's gone through a lot of stuff, and we see him change as a result. He's matured in a way, but in some ways, some of the harder edges have gotten a little bit harder at various points. And again, you'll see that in this series. But it's been a real treat to watch his character evolve from season 1 of Top Boy Summer House all the way to this point. And so that brings me to my first critique of the series. I wish that Ashley Walters had a bigger emotional range when it came to his acting. So my previous review, of season 1, I questioned whether or not Ashley Walters had a bigger range in regards to acting, or if he was just kind of being himself, acting himself. And in this particular season, I don't really see much of a range there. I think that he is basically kind of being himself in this role. I mean, obviously not a drug kingpin, but in regards to personality. And so when he's asked to do a lot of things, and there's a lot that's asked of him in regards to his character, I don't think he's doing enough, honestly. And so, if you had maybe switched and had, Kane Robinson playing Duchesne, I think you get more of the nuance out of this character. But instead, it's like if something bad happens to him, he cries, and if he gets mad, he kind of has that stoic look, that kind of ganks, I'm going to hurt you look. But it's just not much beyond that. With Sully, there's this romantic aspects to him that you're going to see. There's the anger, there's the murder. You can see when he's ready about going to do something. Like, this is a lot more there, and I just wish there was more from Duchesne, or more from Ashley Walters playing Duchesne, because I think it would just, he's asked to do a lot, and I don't think he's doing enough with this particular character. Though I don't know, I might be a little bit too rough on Ashley Walters. I mean, he's doing a good job. He's doing a decent job. It's just I just wish he did more. So. And this also brings me to one other critique, also related to Duchesne. They have something start to happen to Duchesne towards the end of the season that kind of comes out of nowhere. And I know why they're doing it, because, again, they're trying to add more stakes, but I feel like it was just out of place. It didn't make sense. If they had introduced it in the first season, let's say, this thing be a part of his kind of his life in the first season, then when starting to kind of manifest itself in this season, it would make more sense. But it just came out of nowhere, and I feel, again, I know why they did it. I just felt like it was unnecessary. So should you see season 2 of Top Boy on Netflix, or just skip it? You should definitely see this series. It's really, really good. Now, aside from season 1 of Top Boy Summer House, this series overall has been great. And I think if you start with season 2 of Summer House and kind of see the growth and kind of how things change over time, you're seeing some really interesting character trajectories with this series. And so when it comes to season 3 of Top Boy, I'm really looking forward to that as well. Now, if you found that review interesting and or informative, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. And if there are other Black British shows you would like for me to review, please leave those suggestions in the comment section below. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day.